Hi, I'm Martin from DPAR, and today we're going to take a look at the GARRETT 80 Gold.
The 80 Gold from GARRETT is waterproof to 3 meters. It operates at 18 kHz, making it extremely sensitive to both large and small nuggets. It has 3 modes of operation. It employs advanced technologies such as high-resolution iron discrimination and iron audio. We will now look at these features in detail. To turn on the 80 Gold in factory preset, press and hold the on button for 5 seconds. You will then hear 2 beeps. To switch on normally, press and hold this button for 2 seconds. You will hear 1 beep. Once the machine is turned on, we need to adjust the threshold. Maximum level is 23. It should be adjusted to a comfortable level depending on whether you use speakers or headphones. With this set, we can move on to adjusting the sensitivity. There are 8 steps for sensitivity. You should set the sensitivity as high as you can with a stable response. Frequency shift helps us with this. There are 4 different frequencies which we can choose from. Cycle through until you hear the threshold at its most stable. This is useful for eliminating noise from other machines or electrical equipment. Next, we're going to take a look at the target ID features of the 80 Gold. To the top left of the screen, you'll see the iron disc bar. Ferrous targets will appear with a target ID of 1 to 44. Medium conductivity targets, such as gold, will appear towards the middle of the screen. High conductivity targets, such as silver coins, will appear to the right of the screen. To the right of the screen, we have our depth indicator. This assumes a target the size of a coin and gives us relative depth. Beneath the sensitivity buttons, we have the pinpoint button. Once we've located a target, press and hold the pinpoint button. It will now operate in non-motion mode and give us maximum volume when we're right over the target. You'll notice a bar at the top of the screen also indicating signal strength. Next, let's take a look at ground balance. Auto ground balance is engaged by pressing and holding the ground balance button. Raise and lower the coil, and the machine will automatically compensate for ground mineralization. As well as auto, we can also balance it manually. Press the button once, and our threshold becomes our manual ground balance control. If it's set too low, we'll get a low tone. If we adjust the ground balance too high, we'll hear a higher tone. When balancing, we try to adjust the ground balance number so that we get no response from the ground. In most cases, automatic ground balance is preferred as it is faster. Manual ground balance may be useful in difficult conditions, such as salt ground. There are 3 modes available on the 80 Gold. First, all metal, recommended for nugget hunting. All targets will produce a similar tone, with the signal strength varying in proportion to the size of the target. Next, we have Disc 1. Here, all targets are initially accepted. However, we can use the iron discrimination function to blank ferrous targets. Higher targets will also give us a high tone. Finally, we have disc 2. Here you'll notice that there are 3 segments removed on the conductive scale. The first segment, the fourth and the fifth. This is to eliminate foil and pull tabs. It's not recommended using this setting for nugget detecting, but it is very useful when coin hunting. As well as the tone IDs implied by disc 1 and disc 2, we also have the option of turning on iron audio. With iron audio switched on, we can hear first targets indicated by a low growling tone. This allows us to hear 3 distinct tones for different target categories. To illustrate this, let's take a close look at each mode. All metal mode. In this mode, all targets are accepted. If we switch on iron audio and we listen to a ferrous target, we'll hear a similar tone. Using the iron disc function, we can increase this to 44. Now we'll hear a very distinct tone for a ferrous target. A gold target will still give us a higher tone. Next, let's move on to disc 1. This is similar in response to all metal mode. Ferrous targets are initially accepted. Our gold target appears in the middle of the screen with a similar tone. However, higher conductivity targets to the right of the screen give a loud, high tone. With iron audio switched on and increasing the iron discrimination, we can hear the low growling tone similar to that in all metal mode. However, we now have the added feature of turning iron audio off and completely eliminating ferrous targets. Non-ferrous targets will be unaffected. Finally, disc 2. Here, our ferrous target can be completely eliminated, or we can switch iron audio on to hear that low growling sound. However, we've also added the feature of eliminating foil targets. Pull tabs have also been eliminated from this discrimination pattern. We will still be responsive to other targets. With iron audio on, we'll have 3 distinct tones. However, we have also eliminated foil and pull tabs. To ground balance the Garrett AT Gold, first find an area free of metal targets. Pump the coil up and down to check the ground mineralization level. Press the ground balance button and continue to pump the coil up and down. There should be no reaction from the ground after a few seconds. Check the surrounding ground to see if there's any interference. When moving to a different site, it's important to repeat the ground balance procedure. Push and hold the ground balance button, pump the coil up and down, and once complete, check the surrounding ground.
As well as ground noise, we also have to eliminate background electrical interference. To do this, we use the frequency shift feature. Press the button to cycle through the 4 available frequencies until the most stable threshold is obtained.
Ensure the coil is held away from the ground and any other metal objects.
Here we found the target in all metal mode, which we suspect may be ferrous. We're going to employ the iron audio function to check. Because of the low audio and the low target ID, we can be sure this is not a desirable target. Disc 1 and Disc 2 give us a similar response. However, we now have the added advantage of being able to completely eliminate an audio signal from ferrous targets.
So now you've seen the capabilities of the Garrett AT Gold. Thank you for watching and see you again soon. Bye for now.